All right, everybody, in studio, Tri-State Training Day podcast. I'm excited. I got my man Valentino Kalaj, Executive Vice President of FFL Onyx. I like saying that, dude. I like saying Onyx. I got some good memories with the word Onyx, but it represents your growth at this point. You guys are smoking it. It's an honor to have you in, brother. And I know you got a lot to share, but I wanna come to you first. I want to just ask you how you're doing, and I want to get into the name Onyx and how you actually picked that. But how you doing, my brother?
Great, bro. Thank you for the warm welcome again, like you always do. Appreciate that. Basically, the word Onyx, I was trying to create a name that was easy, right? Easy for everyone, and something that's going to be appealing. And then when I looked into what Onyx meant, it's just like a rare. It's a rare stone, basically, is what it is. And it's strong, and it's resembles basically kind of what I am. Like, just try to be as strong as you can, as rare as you can, be your own. And it's
Nice.
like, you never really hear about what Onyx really is. It sounds cool. There's buildings named Onyx.
It definitely sounds cool.
Yeah. There's clubs named Onyx. There's all hey, listen, man.
It definitely sounds amazing.
Yeah, it is 100%. So it's easy. It's an easy name. It's a strong name, and it's something that is versatile for a man or a woman or young or older. It doesn't matter what it is. So I thought it made a lot of sense. Versus it's very diverse. So,
Love it.
Yeah, 100%.
You guys are having fast growth, explosive growth. I think we were just looking at your numbers. You guys helped 422 families 2 months ago. The next month, you helped 522 families in the same amount of time. That's 100 extra families in 4 weeks. And the month's not over. You're probably going to be over 700 families this month, and that's a lot of growth, my man. Like, when you think about that, there's things that I know that you put into place early this year, coming off of a monster personal production 2022. I know you were shifting focus. We were talking about these things in the fourth quarter last year. And I remember you sending me a text talking about how many loan officers, like, you were really focused on recruiting. And the result of you putting your time and energy towards something is proven because it's showing.
Correct.
So talk to us a little bit about your evolution from personal production to team building. What are you doing behind that? Why is it exploding the way it's exploding? I think a lot of people can learn from this.
Yeah, 100%. So last time we talked, I remember I was in a hotel room. You had me on here, and I was in a hotel room on the road, door knocking. It was the fourth quarter. And I just said, I was like, I want exponential rapid growth this year coming. And I touched on basically how you need to find your niche, right? So for me, it was, I know I need to build capital because I know the field that we were talking about yesterday, the field will drive you crazy if you do it all day, every single day at a high level. You just can't do it. As a human, it's just tough to do, right? At least at a high level. So I wanted capital. And I wanted to build a team. And I even went around and I asked people that are close to me, I'm like, do you think I could build a team? Not that I didn't know I could. We talked about it a little. Yeah. Not that I didn't know I could, but I basically was like, you know what? How would you guys feel if I ran a team instead of just right, personal business? And everybody's like, bro, what are you waiting on? And I'm like, this is dumb. This is dumb with me. So I just jumped right into it. I went really hard on personal production, built a lot of capital. And then I use that capital to recruit. And by the capital, I mean, hey, lunches, dinners. If you need to come on board, I can help you out with whatever. If you need brick and mortar, we can help you out with that. We're doing building after building right now. And we're in an agency and a company where you can't beat it. You just can't beat the comp. And you can't beat the structure and the guidance. So we basically have, you can't come at me with anything other than, I'm going to come work under you guys, right? And that's kind of, I use it as leverage to recruit everyone. And I can't say, I think our company or our industry average turnover is high. It's like 90% or something. We did the statistics on my agency for the past 6 months. I think we're at 20.
Wow.
So you're talking about a 70% difference positive-wise. And it's like, you know what I mean? So that's kind of where, like, I'm putting it into play, where it's like, okay, we're giving you the best. We're giving you everything we can. and you really can't get any better than where we're at. So that's what kind of propelled me to recruiting as much as I have been.
That's crazy. I mean, now you said you polled some people to see, if they felt like you should recruit and build a team. And then you said you kind of went into action fast. Is that your MO? Are you a kind of fast to action kind of guy once you make a decision?
Oh, yeah. The decision making is the tough part. The decision making is like where I'm like, okay, pros, cons, ups, downs. What do I need? Once the plan is put in place, head first diving in. So,
Clearly.
Yeah,
Clearly.
100%.
So let's talk about it, man, because you say the retention is 80%. If you come to FFL Onyx, there's an 80% chance you're going to succeed.
Correct.
That's a bold statement in our industry, as you said, but I love it. So what is the secret sauce? What are you doing to help instill confidence, onboard people, and make sure they have the best tools and skill sets to win?
Putting myself in everybody's shoes. So we have a pipeline of 1,000 agents at this point, where we have almost 100 writing, and we have 300 licensed that within the next 2 months we'll be writing. I put myself in everybody's shoes. So I just, whether it takes me 5 minutes or 5 days or 5 hours with them, what do you need? And I tell my downlines, my guys that are my right hands, what do they need? And that's how I retain everybody. So if someone doesn't feel right, communicate. What's wrong? And I know there's a way to fix it.
Right.
And that's kind of the key to everybody being happy. Just like us as leaders, we want to be happy, and we're happy when our people are happy. So I put myself in their shoes, and I've been in companies before where the bottom of the totem pole is like, you know what, you're lucky if we talk to you. Or you're lucky if we help you out. Whereas like me and you, I mean, I try to be exclusive, but I'm more hands-on than anybody I know. You know what I mean? So I think it gives everybody
I try to be
real. It gives everybody a sense of security knowing that like their leader is just human and someone that did it, and I hit the field and I saved money, and I'm just trying to build a business just like they are.
Nice.
Yeah.
When you think about, family first life, and you think about the opportunity that we do have, the ability to really put our best foot forward and recruit, quote unquote, anybody. How empowering is that, man?
That's what it is. That's the key to the success. It's knowing that you can't have better. So try to be the best leader, and literally knowing that you don't have a better choice. So while you're here, I'm going to make you happy. Because if you try to leave, or if you want to leave, you're going to go and put yourself in a worse position. So that gives you supreme confidence with recruiting, and you don't got to fake nothing. These are numbers. Numbers don't lie. This is what I did. Numbers don't lie. And I'm not nothing special. I mean, it's tougher for me to talk to a client or get into a house than anybody. I'm tatted up 6'3" with a beard. Let's be honest. Come on. I knock on the door
with a beard.
Yeah, I knock on the door and it's like, oh God,
You're so funny.
So it's human interaction, man.
I wasn't ready. That's great, dude.
Just knowing that I'm a human, and knowing that I've been through it, and knowing that I got the same battles, same problems, same issues, same personal things going on. Just you can do it. That's it. You can do it here. You can't do it nowhere else better. That's what it is.
Yeah, I love that about you. You have this this groundedness, this centeredness that's just like innate to your personality, or innate to something that maybe the way you grew up or was raised. I'd love to know your back, because you're crazy likable. Just like insanely like
that.
You're insanely likable, and there's a centeredness and a groundness of, hey, I'm nobody special. If I can do it, you can do it, which makes sense. But where did that come from? Who instilled that in you?
I don't know. For me, my parents raised me very well. I think it comes with, being raised is different, or how you're raised is different than who you are as a person. I feel like you have this power too, and a lot of us too. I have a sixth sense of like a good person. So I need you for 5 seconds, and I could tell if you're a good person. It's like, I'm a good person. You don't need to be grimy in business. You don't need to be shicey. You don't have to have ulterior motives. You don't have to put people in. You can put everybody in. That's what I love about this business.
Right.
Your overhead's low when you start. you can actually put people in a good position. I talk about this on my page in front of the agency when we had just started building. I'm like, dude, it's hard in 2023 to put people in a good position, make a lot of money, and not put anyone or screw anyone over in the middle. It's tough. And here I can confidently say like it's good. So that's why I'm happy. If I wasn't happy and I didn't like where I was at, I wouldn't be Mr. Likable. I'd
Makes
be
sense.
mad, right?
That makes sense.
So and I also contribute a lot of discipline to sports.
Got it.
That's one thing that we haven't really talked about. I've noticed a pattern. Like me, I played sports. I played a little bit collegiate, but mostly my whole life was sports. That was my life. And it was like, dude, the discipline of being a leader on the court, being able to play with the team. Like, I don't got to take the game-winning shot. I could pass it off. And there's multiple times I've never taken a game-winning shot, but I've passed and assisted to 5 game winners. So it's like I contributed to this too. It's not all about points. Personal production is all about points. Here it's like, how many assists can you get? How many rebounds can you get? How many, LeBron can recruit anybody on the Lakers. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like I try to be like LeBron on the Lakers. So it's like, come here. Stop wasting your time. Come over here. We'll get you whatever you want. So yeah, that's it, man.
Now, you've been in the industry for a little bit. You worked at other companies. How much of a difference is this offer to places that you've worked, like the confidence that you're able to build and instill like quick, fast, and
night and day.
Why is that?
You come here and you don't feel obligated and you don't feel like an employee. You don't feel like you're forced to do something. Here it's like, do what you want. If you want to build a team and you grow fast and you have rapid growth, you're going to get a spotlight on you and you're going to get recognized. So people want to be happy, people want recognition, and they want money. Right? Here it's all three. Previous companies or previous places that I've been or people that I've brought on with us, we're missing one of the three. Here it's happiness, money, and recognition. And that's what gives you the supreme confidence. It's like, I know I can bring somebody on who's making $250,000 selling cars, and I can put you in a position that you're going to do it here. And you're going to make more. And you can build a team. So yeah, man. Happiness, money, and recognition.
That's good, man. It's summed up very well, but it's so true. You know what I mean? When so you're approaching your recruiting with that type of confidence, but with that approach. Is that I'm reading that?
Yeah.
Hey, there's 3 things that most people are looking for in your mind, whether you're saying this to the person or not.
Correct.
You have it: happiness, money, and recognition, and you know that you can give them all 3.
Correct.
So this is great. Let's talk about your recruiting. How are you recruiting? Are you using social media? Are you, meeting people? Like, how are you recruiting?
This is interesting. So social media definitely is one. Social media for me, I'm really a face-to-face person. So like, we could talk all day on text. We can talk all day on call. But when we're sitting together, I want to feel your energy. You want to feel mine. So for me, I basically go around to like the nicest cities in Michigan, and I get to know the owners of every restaurant. I get to know the owners of every place I can get in with, and make myself look exclusive. So I'll go there and I will literally listen to people's convos. I will talk to everyone. So like, I was just in Tampa with my Tampa team. Shout out, love you guys. But you guys need to listen, and I hammered them for this. They go, Tino, help us build. Tino, help us build. Tino, help us build. I got there it was supposed to be a 2-day trip. I ended up staying 1 week. All I did was get the nicest room they have at the Marriott, the JW Marriott in Clearwater. And I just talked to every valet guy. And I talked to every bartender. And I talked to every waitress and every hostess and every person that I could. We recruited almost 25 people. And at one point, I walked in from one recruiting meeting downstairs to my room filled with 9 people I've never seen in my life. I mean, I got my IDs up there.
In my life.
And it's like, and they leave. It's 3 a.m. and they leave. I'm like, how'd you do this? I'm like, dude, speak to everyone. So what's your biggest tip of the day to the valet guy? It costs money. This is easy recruiting. Why do you drive a nice car? I drive a nice car because I like cars, but it's recruiting, right? Put yourself in a hole to put somebody in the back seat and put their head on a pillow. They've never felt that before. Right? Honest to God, right? Put their head on a pillow. Take them to a steak dinner, right? I mean, not a vegan dinner, but Yeah.
I can't handle it.
So that's what it is. That's approaching the recruiting is just
Oh, God.
people want to know when I walk in the room, like, what does this guy do? What do you do? I don't even have a car. In Tampa, my buddy bought an M440, and I'm like, you're soft. Why'd you buy M4? Mm-hmm. And the valet guys are like, wow, that car's cool. He hops in the car. And I'm like, come here, man, the valet guy. I'm like, come here, man. What's your biggest tip of the day? Mm-hmm. Right? Because I did service. I get it. $5. Okay. Here's 20. Give me your number. He's like, yeah, I love this car. What do you guys do? Give me your number. And then he brings 3 guys. And then now JW should ban me because I think I took their whole staff, right? That's how quick it happens, right? So it's like, you want to walk in and people be like, what does this guy do? Right? Because you don't want to work for broke. Sean says it, you say it. You don't want to work for broke or cheap, right? So if I can't show you something or show you that and it doesn't have to be a monetary thing. It could be, hey, I travel all day long. Hey, I feel like designer. I rock designer. I eat what foods I want. I live where I want. So I try to approach everyone open-minded, but I talk to everyone. Anything. That guy, our waiter yesterday, is about to get recruited. 100% on Instagram. Right. Sharp. And I know we're both thinking the same thing. I'm already DMing him. So it's like, just talk to everyone. And you never know. I feel like it's a disservice to not give someone the opportunity.
Wow.
That's why. That's how I treat every convo. I'm screwing you if I don't just tell you about it.
Jeez Louise. You need to do clinics for people. Like, at the end of the day, you are 100% correct, number one. But number two, it's refreshing to hear. A lot of people are so reluctant to do what you just said. Mm-hmm. They can't even say it because their conviction isn't at that level. And you're saying it and doing it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, if we could just approach it that way, where, hey, if I don't give you an opportunity, I'm doing you a disservice. That is insane. And that's why it's exploding. Now, because of this approach to recruiting, these people are going into class, yes? Mm-hmm. What are you seeing with the turnout rate of class, percentage-wise? Mm-hmm. And then let's talk about why you feel this people coming out of class, and it's in globs the momentum that you guys have.
So you're saying out of class, like in terms of
you're putting people through class. What's the percent rate of getting them out?
I mean, everyone, man.
Really?
Because it depends on who I'm recruiting. Right. I'm targeting the people that I was like. I'm targeting 18 to 23 that like I didn't have nothing. I was gonna be a tile guy.
Right.
I can't even tie my shoes correctly. Mm-hmm. So it's like I knew the whole time. I'm like, well, my dad's an artist. I'm not. So genuinely, like I treat this. Even the company I was at before, I'm blessed and thankful because it taught me that there's a way out. Like I always wondered, how do these people drive these cars and live in this house? And what do they do? I never went to college. Mm-hmm. I became a multimillionaire. How? Mm-hmm. I used to think it was like impossible. I used to think it was just a facade. And it's like, no, it's here. You can go to college and you can do this. I had a guy that made a last year and got his degree at the same time. And you know who it is.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So it's like, basically, I look at it like I'm 27, I'll be 28 next week. I've created 3 millionaires by the age of 26. I'm not worried about my money. I'm worried about I don't show nobody how much I make no more. Mm-hmm. I just show them, look at this guy. Mm-hmm. You're 22, he's 22. He bought a G-Wagon. Mm-hmm. You need to buy a car, period. Same thing. You look the same.
I love it.
That's it. So it's like.
That's why the success rate is what it is. So if you're paying attention, I didn't know, I just got this. You're recruiting people that were you. That's why there's such a synergy. There's a huge synergy in people getting out of class because the stories you're telling them relate to who you were or who the people that you're rolling with were who are winning. And then they're winning because, again, they keep looking up at this example of what life could be like if. So it's, in a sense, it's cold to warm. Like you target these people because it's what you know, and then the assimilation is so strong that it propels them to do what you're doing. And that's incredible. So again, we've all heard, I didn't say it that way. I've heard, and I think that we've preached at times, when you are pulling from the market you came from, it's a lot easier, right? If I'm in the mortgage business and I'm pulling mortgage guys, I can relate to them like this. I know what they do day to day. I know how that goes, vice versa, whatever. You're doing that in this regard, and it's creating a stickiness in your business. Now, are you pulling warm market from the people that you're bringing on? How does that typically work?
More market meaning like
Friends and families of theirs that are also becoming agents.
Oh yeah. So it's a trickle effect. It's I don't have a name for it, but basically I let them know. I make everybody believe that it's a disservice once, and everybody wants to see success first. They want to, which I hate that. It's like, okay, man, that's fine. I get it. I respect it. I thought the same way, but then it's like, if you don't at least give them an opportunity to talk to me, someone else is going to take them. This market is for the taking.
Right.
So there's no time wasted. So in the beginning, I used to tell them, you know what, let's see success first. Now I'm like, no, give me their numbers. I'll call them with you, and we'll take them, put their head on the pillow, and we'll go drive around. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's another thing. It's
Head on the pillow. I love it.
It's tough right now. It's tough because everybody is growing. I mean, you can't the growth we've had as a company as a whole.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. You're talking about 30,000+ agents out of the woodworks.
Yeah.
And I remember when I came here 2 years and a couple months ago, it was like, we were big.
Right.
We weren't like that big.
Right.
Now everywhere I go, it's like, oh, you're with FFL. You're the FFL guy. You know? So it's like, if we don't take them, somebody will.
Right.
You know?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Free enterprise. And you live with that.
But yeah, passion, bro. It's the truth. I'm nothing special.
And it's trickling down into your group. Your group is doing that as well, correct? And is it that one thing that you're instilling? If we don't do it, someone else will? Or because for a while, everyone was just producing. There wasn't like a bunch of builders. Now you're seeing a lot more people with the desire to build and the fact that they are building. Was that you changing, or is that something you're preaching? How do you see that?
I think it starts with the leader. I didn't realize I was a leader because we only had about 20 agents at the time. I didn't realize I was a leader yet. Everybody wanted to produce. All I did was produce. So everybody produced. Then when they see me start building, then they started building. So basically it just started from me, like whatever I wanted to do or whatever I wanted to be focused on, people kind of followed through, and did what I was doing. So,
Bro.
Yeah.
I just had a crazy revelation, and it was about how magnetic you are. Like, think about that. You're producing, they're producing. You're building, they're building. Bro, this thing's about to get crazy for you.
Oh, yeah.
And your people. Like, it's about to get bananas.
Yeah. I mean, I when I say I build liquid, I spent liquid dollars. I spent everything I've had on traveling, acquiring people, agencies. If someone needs help, I gave them money. I'm talking about I put everything I could into it. And now I'm like, wow. I'm looking at my numbers. I'm like, okay, that's good. 500 families, 600 families, 700. Before it was like nothing like that, And it's just the beginning. I mean, we're at a point where now I don't even know downlines. I'll be eating lunch and people come, hey man, I work under you, and I'm like, oh, let me buy your lunch. We're that big. Okay, all right. I guess it's working. So. Oh yeah. Oh, it's gonna get huge. It's gonna get ridiculous,
dude. But your focus, your awareness, your self-awareness on where you are and what you want right now is like at a 10, and that's why it's crystallizing with this kind of momentum. But it also says to me that whatever you want to do is gonna get done, and that's amazing. How would you project that confidence? What would you say to our audience that's like maybe struggling with these thoughts? Maybe they're like, I like this guy. I'd love to be something like that, but there's something inside of me that I'm fighting with. What would you say?
That's that something inside. Whatever that something inside is, just kill it, burn it. I had the something inside too. What if it doesn't work? I don't want to be on social media because I'm not that guy. I want to be low key. I had distractions. I wanted to hang out. I had so much inside that I was like, oh, don't stop producing. I made $1 million plus last year producing. No, dead it. It's either produce or build, or you can do both. But if you want to do it at the highest level possible, like this, I itch for the field. Like I'm itching for the field right now. Because when I see these guys drop a 12K a day, I'm like, you ain't nothing, you know. But like at the same time, it's like no, because I have 6 phone calls to answer. I have a podcast to do. I have to fly out here, acquire this team, acquire this agent, acquire whatever. Like, so it's like, and I'm doing it for everybody else. I'm doing it, and what I'm doing now, I'm at the point where, to answer your question, it comes. So if you set your mind on it, put everything else aside, it'll come to you. So like when I first started building this, I didn't even know I was building. I just started like kind of saving people from leaving, and then they said I got a family and this. So it's like my tunnel vision until you look up, just like I did with producing. Tunnel vision until you look up and you're like, whoa, my numbers went up, and my agents went up, my agency grew. That's it. So whatever's stopping you from doing, whether it's building or producing or both, that's going to stop you from forever and ever and ever with anything. It doesn't have to be this business. This is the easiest business as an entrepreneur to start, period. It cost me a license that cost me a couple $100 with the course that's paid for by him. I mean, there's nothing. So if you look at my net profit over what I've put into this business, I've made millions of dollars in the 8 years I've been doing this. And it costed me technically $300 to start.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you can't take whatever's bothering you or stopping you out of your head now, you'll fail forever. I mean, imagine when you got to put up $100,000 to start a business that's 50-50.
Right.
You know, that's like, at least worst case scenario, try it here. That's it.
Worst case scenario, try it.
I actually don't even speak this language. What you're asking, to be honest with you, I'm going to be a little harsh now. You asked me, someone wants to be like me or do what I've done, or you, or any agency builder. When you built this agency, did you have something stopping you? No.
Plenty things.
But did you focus on them?
No. Did it get in my way? Did it hold me down? No.
Correct. I could stop right now, and I can name 6 different things. Personally, I can't do it.
Right.
I won't say it yet. Cut it out. That's what I would tell everybody. It's go. Fail. Fail. Because one day it'll work. That's it.
No doubt. And, that's, some great words, because at the end of the day, we both know that that's correct. And I think people struggle with simplicity. We got to put, mechanisms and rocket fuel and different, it needs a different, glaze, and like, dude.
1 + 1 = 2.
There it is.
Every time.
You know what I mean? And it just becomes, if you're in it. So, Valentino Kalaj, you are in it, my man. I appreciate you sharing. Love the growth, bro. This next 12 months is going to look insane. Yeah. And the cool thing is what I love about you is you're helping a lot of people, and you're very cognizant that you're helping a lot of people, and you enjoy that piece of it. Yeah. Really helping people reach where they're going. And that's, to me, the number one ingredient to agency building, because it's very much about them and not you. And, all the lumps or things that get in the way, chargebacks, roll-ups, or, stress, or people who you need to pick up their phone call, all that stuff that gets in the way, quote unquote.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal when you're helping people.
No.
Right? When you have that perspective, that's a game-changing perspective. Would you agree?
I do. 100%. And it's a blessing, because for me, I love meeting like people's parents and them telling me thank you, because I'm the same thing. My mom stresses more than anybody in the world because she thinks I'm stressed out. Mm-hmm. My dad does too. So it's like, I got parents too. I'm 27. Mm-hmm. So when I meet a 21-year-old kid whose mom is nervous and she meets me, and a half hour later she's hugging me, she's like, thank God. Like she feels that this is good. Like, she feels that her son's in a good position, a good place. Now my goal is to be hard on your son to make him retire you. Mm. And that's like that hunt. It's that hunt and the catch. Like, I just want to, how are you doing this month? Cool. I made $11,000 more than I ever made in my life. Bet. Go to work. Mm. Come on. I love you. Mm-hmm. Buy me a steak, not a vegan dinner. That's That's it. That's it. And I know it's the same thing with you, man. You've seen unreal success, Mark, and I'm grateful for even being a part of this, man. Just, you know, you recognizing me, it's like, all right, I feel like in my head, I'm like, all right, I'm nothing. But it's like, you were here in my spot at one point, and I know that your success came from, I mean, everybody here loves you. Every time I meet with your staff, every time I meet with anyone, they just die for you. They love you. And that's what I strive to get to, too. And I know you didn't look at the money. You looked at your success by other people's success, and then you look up, and it's like, whoa.
Right.
Yeah. So I appreciate that for sure.
That's happening, my man. And I'm going to make sure we get some tomahawks. Matter of fact, I'm going to make sure we get some tomahawks. I'm going to freshly grill some tomahawks for the meat eater, Valentino Kalaj, who's made that point multiple times on today's podcast. We got to make sure this man's fed, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you, brother, for getting on with me. Training Day Podcast. Keep listening. A lot of value here, guys. God bless you. Thank you, Valentino.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you,
brother. Yes,
Appreciate you, baby.